go. Guys are putting up the sign and the lights applying square. Just to show you that this is where it is. This is my bag. Don't need to authenticate it with my bag, but the sign is just going up now saying geen alcohol op straat. I think no alcohol on the street. Boete voor alcohol gebruik op straat is 95 euro. So you get 95 euro fine for drinking alcohol in a forbidden place on the streets. This is the first time they're putting up this sign here. I've been here for 3 years, 9 months this time. And yeah, they've been charging people for using alcohol, for misuse, but there was never a visible sign. Well, here in Holland, it's like they just get away with it. And this is Amsterdam. This is not the backwaters of Holland to complain about racist, fascist. This is Amsterdam. This is what they do here, okay? You pay for your meal, you have to pay 50 cents to go to the toilet. Wow, why couldn't they just factor it into the added value tax? But they want you to mentally remember that you're paying 50 cents for this. Here's a video of the street, cracked up, really in disrepair. But the facade in somewhat it's kept up, but not as much as it should be. But most people are high, drunk. Not just Amsterdam, but all around the so-called major cities is the same case. But we're here right now, so we're propagating about this particular position. No visible sign to say don't put your bicycle there. Look at those guys putting their bicycle there. There's one there, just off that red sign you can see just beyond the clock. Just on the same pole, just below the clock, shall I say. Yes, okay, you can look, but if you're coming from this direction, you can't see that sign that says no bicycle there. Again, not adequately displayed. So, Amsterdam, Holland, is really an abuse of European law, which they signed up to. They were the first 6 countries to sign up to it in 1948, actually. Wanted people to even draw up the rules, I guess. But yet, they just break it and misappropriate it, don't even employ it. There's no investigation. When the police says you've done something, that's it. The police said, so we believe him. But there's a camera on the street. We asked them to get a camera. Like in one of the cases I'm involved in, a few kids' cases I'm involved actually, still haven't had a camera. They showed me one of them in court regarding a bulldog, a security who came to attack me right here, where I'm pointing to where those pigeons are, where a girl was getting attacked and I helped her. Crazy. And yet, this is how we're supposed to live. This is fairness and justice. So the rules are just being broken. The king is not a boss. The police are not a boss. Okay? The psychiatrist is not a boss. Far from it. Neither am I going to say it. Far from it. Am I the boss? The rules are the boss. So whoever breaks the rules faces the boss's punishments. Whether it's the king, those who make the boss, who made the rules. Come on, man. I mean, it's saying like, we make the rules, then we don't apply it to us. It only applies to you. That's what the unfairnesses and injustices has been going on around the world, especially around children, which leads to everything. Of course, it leads to all fascism, because anybody who would do that to kids, rape a child, murder a child, torment a child, they do it to anybody, wouldn't they? Do it to everything. That's the point. And again, the homosexuality community in the Western world had the loudest voice right now. You can't throw stones at them like in the 60s when they had the anti-buggery law, But yet, people can still call you racial words, nigger, Paki, Swati Pete. It's not a problem when you call a homosexual a faggot. And then they're up in arms about it when it's just name calling. But obviously that's enough to remind them that what they're doing is not right. You can't choose your race, but you can choose your behavior. Okay, this is how it is now. It's because everybody a lot of people in the so-called developed world just seems to think that, we're living in this grey bubble of existence where the infrastructure's, well constructed and everything's moving, swimming along. We've got theatres, we've got all these manners, social and leisurely places to go to relieve our stress. But yeah, I still see the visible stresses on their faces. It's not being released. Especially those who are in the position of influence, because they know what they're doing is hitting them up in karma in their brain. It's not right. We have a conscience. Everybody has a conscience. Even the devil does. Okay? And this is why the devil can never win the fight against the Most High, because the devil, in his messed up, effed up behavior, still wants you to like it. How are you going to like me to be enslaved? How are you going to want me to choose to be enslaved? There you go. He wants you to sign on a dotted line. Hand it taken, signature please. And that way when we get to the Most High, it's not going to be much of a complaint. You signed, you accepted it. That's the point. I choose not to. You know, the Most High made the whole world. Everybody was born into this world. Nobody has a right to be walking through an oasis after he's thirsty for 4 days, finds an oasis, and then sits there with his Kalashnikov and wants to charge people 20 cents for that water because they call it capitalism. They say that's how we make money. That's how. No, that is the principle of what we're living here. So-called democracy. Okay, demons crazy. That's what it is. You tell live visions. Anyway, inshallah it comes good in it. But there's the men going away with a sign. Just put it up now. 3 years, 9 months I've been here on and off. That's the first time it's a visible sign to say no alcohol. So all you guys who were charging lawfully, it wasn't lawful. Go back now and put your appeals in to the European Courts of Human Rights. I promise you, don't rely on any lawyers or advocates in Holland, as they try to call themselves. They're all bent. They're all part of this pedophilic, or most of them anyway, on the main, definitely by 90%. You know, don't rely on them. There's no cases gets to the European Courts of Human Rights, even though there's millions of abuses here, more so than even in the UK or even in America. You know, yeah, okay, they got a version of Europe of human rights. You know, I mean, if you go to McDonald's and the cup wasn't right and the hot coffee spilled on you on the way out, that's McDonald's fault. And America does charge, does sue. But people say, oh, this suing culture is over. Blown. Maybe some people use it falsely, but again, like anything in life, people use it falsely. People make false claims. Doesn't mean you have to stop it. Everybody has to bear the burden of responsibility, especially these big conglomerates. Start paying for all the litters. If we see any of your paper bag on the streets, we charge you. If we see any of your cigarette butts, Benson and Hedges and Silcott, we charge you. How's that? Isn't that the fairness of what you're doing because they can afford it? Or the limits, or the least you put fees that people can get paid for any bits of rubbish they bring. So if you bring like a half a ton, whatever, 2 kilos, you get paid for the weight of that rubbish which you brought in. And I promise you things will get cleaned up much more because most people ain't got jobs anymore. So what's left for us to do than to employ a mass of recycling people, recycling team, rather than just Uber and Deliveroo. Yeah, bro, I've seen grown men 56 years old doing Deliveroo. Don't get me wrong, it's good for him. It's actually better than him. It's actually better for him than the rich people who think they're sitting on the backside for him to deliver. I'm not saying it's not. But it's still the mindset of how he's approaching it, because he's not smiling when he's delivering. Yeah, he's not smiling. Yeah. Still fucked up, that's the point. He doesn't realize it. But anyway, yeah, you know, we really need to clean up this planet. Big canal, in the canals you have big vans, thousands of bicycles, sunken boats, guns of disused, chopped metal, all nonsense, saturated. Of course, and they leave it there. It's going to cost a lot to clean it, but it doesn't matter. Most people are not employed now. There's no jobs now for most people. So what's left to do? Again, we employ a mass recycling team. But they have to be paid well. I'm not talking about just pay them 20 cents because you say, oh, they're just picking up rubbish. No, they're walking around, putting in the effort. Yeah, let it be made, you know, let it be done. You know, if I come with £100 worth or €100 worth of rubbish a day, €150, you better pay them €150. That's what it's about. You should be able to afford it, to clean up the environment. Anyway, we'll see anyway. So all you guys out there, all these places in Amsterdam where there's no visible sign, just take pictures of it, video the area, and then go make your appeal. And that's how it is with anything, with a bicycle removed and everything, or alcohol fines, or even for sleeping. Yeah, go put your appeal in it, especially you homeless guys. One.